Hey friends, welcome to the channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to solve the week 5 inheritance problem of CS50. So to see the requirements, come to this particular URL, which is cs50.harvard.edu/x25 PSet 5 inheritance, and then you can read everything as you want. If you want a video walkthrough, Brian has done a good job of explaining everything. So the very first thing that we will do is we'll go to this particular website, cs50.dev. Press enter, and once you're here, click on login, and then we'll let it load. Once everything has loaded, the very first thing that we will do is we'll create a folder called week 5. Currently we only have folders up to week 4, so we'll say ls. Okay, wonderful. We'll say mkdir week 5, and then we should have a new folder here, so we'll navigate inside that folder. We'll say cd week 5, press enter, ls. There's nothing as of now inside the folder, so we'll come back here and here download the distribution code, expand it, and copy this entire thing. Come here, paste it. Okay, now we should have a zip file here. So what we will do is we'll say unzip. Let me make this bigger slightly. Unzip inheritance. Okay, now we have a folder. We'll get rid of the zip file, so we'll say rm inheritance.zip, y for yes. Okay, that's deleted, and now we'll navigate inside the inheritance folder that we just created. So we'll say cd inheritance ls. Okay, we have inheritance.c file, and now we'll code in it. We'll say code inheritance.c, press enter. Okay, let me get rid of this. So I highly recommend that you do watch the video walkthrough by Brian. That will help you understand what is actually happening. But the thing that we have to do in this particular program is starting here, line 41. First we have to allocate some memory for a new person. Basically this entire program is going to determine the alleles of a person and their parents and grandparents, right? So the very first thing that we have to do is we have to create a new person and allocate some memory, right? But what type of person? We have a custom data type here called person, so we'll use that. We'll say person. Okay, over here we'll say person asterisk new person, because we are prioritizing the location of this new person, right? We are prioritizing the address of the new person. So we'll say person asterisk new person equals, and we'll allocate them some memory, right? So we'll say malloc size of, and then we'll say person. Because we already have a person data type, we'll just use that to determine the size that is required. Once we have done this, the thing that we want to make sure of is, for some reason, if we are unable to allocate the memory to this new person, we want to exit the program because we know some error has occurred, right? So we'll say if new person equals null. In that case, what we want to do is we want to say return null. Okay, the reason why we are not saying return 1 is because we are currently working in a custom function, right? And the return type of this function is of person data type, right? That would not accept integer, so null is like the best way to go. Okay, we have done this. The next thing that we are going to do is we'll scroll down, and okay, over here what we have to do is first we have to set the parent pointers for the current person, and then we also have to assign them their alleles, right, which has to be random from their parents, right? Again, if you watch the video walkthrough, you will understand what I mean by that. Okay, so what we have to do is we'll say new person that we just created, and we want to go inside their parents 0, and then similarly parents 1. The reason we are doing this is, if you come back here, the person data type has two properties: parents, which are 2, 0 and 1, right? Because every person has to have two parents, right? Similarly alleles, right, which is also of size 2. Cool. So we were here, line 56. So the new person's parent 0 has to be parent 0, right, which is from here. This was given to us. And similarly parent 1 has to be parent 1. We have assigned the new person their parents pointers, right? The next thing that we have to do is we have to assign them their alleles, right, which has to come from their parents. So what we will do is we'll say new person alleles, al, I'm not sure what the spelling is here. Okay, I'll just copy this. New person, allele is 0, and similarly allele is 1. This has to be equals to, so I want the first alleles to come from the first parent's random allele, right? So I'll say parent 0, and I want to take their allele. I don't know how to pronounce or type this. Anyway, parent 0 allele, and what I want to do is, I don't want to choose which allele to assign. What I want to do is, I want to get a random value, right? So what ran does is it just gives you a random value from a particular limit, right? And to set that limit, we will say %2. So this will give us a random value or a random integer value from 0 to 1. If we were to make this %6, that would give us from 0 to 5, right? But I want 0 and 1 because they can only be 2 alleles, right? Okay, wonderful. Again, the same thing here. So I'll just copy all of this. The only thing that changes is this becomes parent 1, and this is pretty much the same. Okay, we have done this. The next thing that we have to do is, this is only when the generations actually exist. Like, hold on, let me show you something that might help. Okay, this is only until like this generation, and this generation. But even after that, the loop will continue. So what we want to do is, at the very last generation, we want to set their parents to null because we don't really care who their parents are. We only have to think about these 3 generations, right? And then we want to assign their alleles randomly, right? Because we don't really have any parents to source the alleles from, right? Okay, great. Let's go back here. Set parents pointer to null. So what we will do is, we'll say new person. We want to take their parent 1, which is like this. Parents 0 equals null, and similarly parents 1 equals null. Okay, we have set the parent pointers to null. Now what we want to do also is, we want to take their alleles, right? Which will happen this way. New person, parents 1, we don't care about the parents, we care about the alleles, right? alleles. Okay, we want to do this, but we want it to be a random allele value, right? And we don't really have to write this function because it is already written here, char random allele. So what I'll do is, I'll just copy this function, and where were we? Okay, over here. I'll paste it here. Done. Again, the same thing. Allele is 1. Wonderful. I hope this would work. Okay, also we have to return newly created person, which is of course new person. Okay, let's go down. All right, now we have to work on the free family function. So what we are told here is, we have to do this recursively, right? Which is why the base case matters. So the only thing that we know here is, we have a person with address P, so we'll have to use P, right? So what we will do is, we'll say if P is equals to null. In this case, what we want to do is, we just want to return, that's it. We don't want to return 1 because the return type is not really an integer. So if this, that is the base case. Now to do this recursively, to free the parents recursively, which is the memory that was allocated, what we will do is, we'll call free family itself. Even though we are in the free family function, we'll say free family, and what we want to pass in this function is parents, because we want to free parents here, right? So we will take P, which is our past variable, and we'll say take P's parent, which is parents 0. First we want to free this, and then again we want to free the another parent, and finally the last thing that we have to do is, we have to free the child, and the child here is of course P, the new person. So we'll say free P, and hopefully that works. Anything else remaining? I guess not. Now let's try to make inheritance. Ooh, that worked. ./inheritance, press enter, and seems like that may have worked. No errors at all. So what we should do is, let's go where, okay, let's go to inheritance, and we will check whether or not our program is correct. So I'll copy this entire thing, I'll come here, and then in the terminal window, I'll paste it. And let's wait for a while as it confirms whether or not our program is correct. Alright, as you can see, our program is correct. That is wonderful. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to submit our program. So I'll come here. Oh, but before we submit, let's fix the style. What I always like to do is click on style 50, right top corner, and just click on apply changes. Looks good, wonderful. I'll just copy this submit code, come here, and again I'll paste it in the terminal window, press enter, and then it will ask us whether or not we are sure to submit our code, which we are. So I'll say yes, press enter, and then it will give us our score here. So I'll command click, open, and if you are on Windows, control click. Let's wait for the results. And as you can see, check 50 gave us 8 upon 8, which is full point for our logic, and similarly full point for our style 50. So that is how we solve the inheritance problem of CS50's week 5. If you want to see all the other solutions for all the other problem sets, make sure to click on the playlist that is currently being displayed on the screen. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.